Okay, guess what? I was outside every single Saturday. I went to church every single Sunday. Don't let that stop you from going to church. Because you can be the cutest one in church and the most wretched, okay?
All right, let's get into it. Chapter 36. Bezalel and Aholiab and every craftsman.
Suspicion focuses on appearances. Discernment reads atmospheres. You ever been in an atmosphere that you felt like something was about to happen? And the people with you were enjoying it. I'll never forget in college. I went to this party with my roommate, and he's like, hey bro, it's turned up in here. I'm like, nah, it's a little too turned. It's too right. It's lit. It's too lit though. I'm gonna go back to the dorm. I'm all right. I said, bro, this is turned up. You turned up. I'm turning down. Came home an hour later. Bro, you know they start shooting. I bet they did. Use your lamp. Knowing Bible is just like carrying this lamp. Posting Bible is just like carrying this lamp. Applying Bible. You can quote scripture all day, still in darkness. You can talk about how much word you know, still in darkness. Do you apply the word? Do you live by the word? Because that's the only way you can see.
Very hurtful, but it also can grow you in so many ways. When I just see people on social media and they like, oh, I can never forgive, I think people really confuse forgiving somebody and doing life with somebody. And again, I feel like it depends on what the Lord tells you. Another thing that I've learned with just on my walk with Christ, y'all, is I can think and feel however I want to feel, but however the Lord wants me to handle a situation is what I'm going to do. Whether I want to do it or not, whether I want to call you, text you or not, I am going to do it because I don't know what the work is that the Lord is doing in that person. And I don't want to get in the way. I don't want to be disobedient to what it is that God has planned for that person, you know? In my situation, when the person betrayed me, they ended up like really looking deeply within themselves and like completely change her life. I mean, a complete 180. I literally never seen anything like it, but that's what God can do. God can use bad things to help you and help somebody else.
My goodness!
That's what you get. I hope the camera saw it.
That never happened.
That grease popped my arm.
That grease popped your arm?
You want to go out there before it rains?
Honey, you don't understand.
I understand.
But that's enough! There are people in there. Talking about a surprise party.
That's so embarrassing.
And they sitting up there holding the cake. And Marlene is there.
Surprise.
Hey y'all, it is 10:46. I'm getting ready for church. I'm almost done. I just need to do my hair. But I'm going to share with y'all the verse of the hour. Deuteronomy 31:8. The Lord himself goes before you and will be with you. He will never leave you nor forsake you. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged. Be encouraged. Okay. I'm such a huge advocate for this half wig. Like, I'm telling you, I go from this to a baddie in seconds. But anyways, we're running a bit behind because of Davion. The minute I think I have enough time to get ready for church and be a little early, then there's Davion. He want to play outside. Give me a moment. I don't want soaking wet hair. Okay, it's only taking a little bit longer than a second because like every couple of days I'll wet it and put a little product on it. But me personally, I like when it's big and fluffy, to be honest. So like every couple of days I'll wet it, comb it through all the way down so it can look like, so it's like super duper defined. But then I like it after a few days, just like natural hair, like when you do your natural hair routine and then a few days later your hair just gets bigger and bigger by the day. Same thing with this wig, it gets bigger every day, and I like when it gets bigger. And then when it dry, like it's all defined now, but when it dries and get big, oh my gosh, yes. What?
I got some cookies on my table, and I don't like it.
You ain't gotta eat it. And then I just scrunch it. This is what I use when I'm at the house, but I prefer cause this makes it like, once it dries, it's like hard. I like to use Miss Jackie, no. Anyways, it's this other brand I like to use, but it's at the salon. I like it because it doesn't make the hair like hard. What time is it? 10:54, bro. Let me hurry up. It's like I be feeling bad for walking into church late. Mind y'all, when I say late, I don't mean that late. Like we missed the singing and the offering, but first off, I don't be having no cash for offering anyways. I pay my tithes, not offering, whatever. I pay my tithes online anyways. First off. Second off, I was just watching, what's her name? Kendall. I just started watching her like a couple of days ago, and I really like her, and I like that she was saying how we gotta stop doing stuff for people and worrying about people. It's not about people. Even in the church, it's not about the people in the church. It's about you and God. It's about what you and God got going on. So when people be trying to like be judgmental or like, mind you, I'm not saying that's the case with me. I'm just saying like I overthink that and be thinking about it. When at the end of the day, don't nobody know what my relationship with God is like in real life. I can go to church every single Sunday, have perfect attendance, and I can be so sinful. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying like everyone is sinful, but I'm saying like out here, intentionally out here just sinning so hard, like going hard in the paint, like, you know, very in the world. Because there was a point in time I had the most perfect attendance I had in church was the year I ended up being depressed. But months before I got like super depressed, I was going to church every single Sunday. And guess what? I was outside every single Saturday. I was outside all night, Friday night and Saturday night. I went to church every single Sunday. But that was because of God. Like, that was the most consistent I was going to church ever. Did I stop immediately going outside? No. That's why you can't compare your walk to somebody else, because what your year one looks like compared to someone else's year one is different. And you might be comparing yourself to someone's year 5, or you might be comparing yourself to someone who so Christian on the internet, or what they portray in people when they see around people, but they living a whole different life. You know what I mean? So you cannot compare your walk to anybody, okay? Just because I was going to church every single Sunday does not mean I was not outside every single Saturday. Like I said, that was the year I got close to God. And I truly believe it happened because I was going to church. Like, regardless, like, God can use who he wants, how he wants. Emphasis on who he wants and how he wants. God was bringing me into church faithfully. I was outside faithfully. I was in church faithfully. But that doesn't take away from what God was doing, because again, that year is the year I got back to Christ. So don't play with it. I'm not saying that's an excuse to be outside and worldly and stuff like that, but I am saying don't think, oh, I was out all night last night, I was drunk, I was this. Don't let that stop you from going to church. Like, you know what I mean? Go to church and hear a word. Cause honestly, I was so excited to go to church. Like that's the crazy thing. Like I was just getting back into going to church consistently on my own. Cause I used to go to church, of course, when my mom was going to church. Cause that was my ride. But once you get your own car, once you get a little bit older, you know what I mean, you can go when you, well, if you still live with your parents, some people like, as long as you're under my roof, you're going to go to church. Which I ain't gonna hold you, I agree with. Cause that's what my Mimi did with my dad. As long as he was staying with my mom, my Mimi, he had to go to church. And period. You don't want to go to church, get out my house. Now that might be a little toxic to some people, but anyways, I feel like it's how you do it. But anyway, so yeah, don't let people drive you out of church, okay? That is your walk with God. Again, I'm not saying go outside and be outside every single weekend sinning. I do, but what I am saying is show up for the Lord. You know what I mean? You can show up.
Can I sweep the floor?
No, hold up. We finna go to church. Don't let people drive you out of church. Don't let people stop you from seeking God. Your walk is gonna look different than others. And don't let people make you feel no type of way. You go to church for God, not for people. Don't do all the extra stuff. Like, you know, you ain't gotta, you know, have certain clothes. Like, no. God sees your heart. And that's what matters. Because you can be the cutest one in church and the most wretched. Okay? So, yeah. Anyways, I look so cute though. Like, besides the point, I look good. I ain't gonna put on blush on. I don't feel like it. Because we need to go. But anyways, I have on this shirt. Excuse my, I need to put on my bracelet. Where is my bracelet? I don't know. But yeah, I need to tie this up. Don't mind that string. But yeah, shirt from Ross. I think these pants are from Ross too, actually. Super duper cute. I really like this little slit right there. And I have on my house shoes right now, but I'm gonna put on my church shoes because I got me some designated church shoes. But yeah, look at my hair.
Yeah, I got my shoes.
Handsome. Look at Mr. Handsome. Shut up. And I got my rings on. All right, finna go to church, expecting to hear a word, and I'll see you guys when I get back. Because we need to have a Sunday reset today because it's been a long week. I haven't been able to keep up as tidy as I would like. So we're gonna get home and get to cleaning like we did last Sunday.
Hey Jay,
Ma'am?
I'm sorry, I wasn't trying to dial you. I was trying to save your cousin's number, and I'm in yours too. I'm sorry.
Okay, girl, bye.
Can I help you, sir?
Put this in the trash. Okay, y'all, excuse how I look. It is a random day. I haven't even been vlogging because I told myself no vlogging until I catch up on my editing and posting. So therefore I have not been vlogging. I've been wanting to so bad because I was being so productive, waking up every day at 6 a.m, all the things, but we're not here about that right now. I just wanted to tell you guys, like, give you guys a little context. It is 11:06 a.m, Thursday, August 7th. I'm here doing Bible study, and I keep doing Bible study. Wait, child, I ain't got time. I'm trying to give y'all a word. So my mouth funky and everything. I've been at this table as soon as I woke up. I've been at this table. I'm at my table, y'all. Y'all notice my table where I get into the word. Give me a minute. Still not better, but anyway, so I've taken a break from doing Bible study and I've decided to start reading the Bible because it's a different level of intimacy when I'm reading the Bible with just me. And like I told y'all in my other video that has not been posted yet, I invite Jesus into things, all things. So when I've been doing my Bible study, well, Bible reading, I've been saying Jesus, just like I would want to do Bible study with a friend. Wednesday, just like I want to do Bible study with a friend, I invite Jesus into my Bible study. And then this is him. This is Jesus. I'm not trying to rough handle my Bible, but this is Jesus. Holy Spirit is inside me, is within me, and then inviting him in to do Bible study with me. Who is the better person to do Bible study with? Jesus Christ himself, the word himself, the bread of life himself. Okay. So I invite him as a friend, and I ask like the Holy Spirit, like just reveal things to me, show me whatever, like help me understand. Wisdom, understanding, and knowledge is his to give, and he will give it if you ask it. So that's what I've been doing, right? So I read Philippians, all Philippians, and now I'm in the book of Romans. I've been enjoying it so much, y'all, and it's crazy. Like sometimes I don't be expecting a lot, which is crazy, and I'm not trying to even be funny, but it's like I'll come here and I'll get so, I'm like, oh my gosh, like that was so good. And the next time I come, I'll be like, okay, I might not get this wow factor that I got last time, but I'm still just excited to read the word. And so I come to this table and I still get something every time. And I'm like, bro, I need to start recording, not recording as I'm doing it, because I want to be 100% focused on what I'm doing and what I'm reading. But I was like, I be getting so much from what I'm reading. I want to share it with y'all, not to teach y'all anything. Like I know it. I am reading this right now by myself. Like I'm in it. You know what I mean? So I only want to share what I've learned and where I'm at and what I'm getting. And so it's so crazy. Oh my gosh. So y'all, last night while I was showering and saying my prayers, okay, the thought that came to my mind that came out of nowhere, that it wasn't planned. And that's another thing. Like sometimes like I be having so much to say in my prayers. I could be praying for 15 hours straight. Sometimes I'll be like, I ain't gonna lie, this prayer might be 5 minutes long because I don't know what to say. I ain't got nothing to say. I'm super thankful. I'm grateful. You know, those things, but I don't have nothing to just blab about. Not in a bad like blab, but you know what I mean? Like I don't have that much to say. That much. I got something to say. I'm thankful. I love you, Lord. Help me, Lord. You know, the things like that, but I don't got hours of things to talk about, right? So that's how I've been feeling lately. I'll be going into my prayer thinking I don't have much to say, and I end up having so much to say. Even if it ain't a long prayer, it's still, I got a lot to say. So anyways, I was praying last night and I was like, I ain't got much to say for real. But out of nowhere, I was thinking about a sermon I watched yesterday, which was by Jonathan Evans. He was preaching at Jerry Flowers Church. And so I watched it yesterday and he was giving a story. I don't got time to reflect on the story. I'll probably talk to y'all about it later if I can remember. He said a story about his personal life when it comes to him and his father, Tony Evans, which is, this is his dad, which is crazy. I did not know that as I was watching it until the very end, where he was giving a story about something, which is crazy. And which made his story that he was sharing even crazier. So anyways, besides the point. Well, no, that's the point. But again, I'll talk to y'all about it later. Y'all, basically in the prayer, what I was talking about is his goodness over my pain. Can y'all see that? I wrote this at 10:54 last night after I got out the shower, August 6, 2025 at 10:54 p.m. His goodness over my pain, right? And what I meant by that is, whatever, like let's say, like, okay, y'all know, like every blue moon I struggle with severe depression. Okay, I went through it again for the first time in a while earlier this year for 3 almost 4 months straight. Terrible. But let's say depression or whatever it is you're going through. I can't even think right now, but whatever it is you're going through, we be feeling so consumed by it, even if it is something super consuming. But sometimes the small things be consuming us so much because we're so focused on it instead of focused on God. When we're focused on the wrong thing, we drift away in the wrong thing, which is exactly what this was just talking about too, though. If our minds are set on the wrong things, our feet will automatically go the wrong way. That was talking about having our mind set on the spirit and living according to the spirit. But if we have our mind set on the things of the flesh, we will live according to the flesh. So whatever you're looking at, you will follow it. Okay, cool, boom. You can make that into different ways. What I was saying about that is, slow down. Because I am hype right now. Basically, what you have your mind set on is what will magnify. Just like right here, like I said, whatever you have your eyes on, you will follow. But and what I'm saying is, what you have your eyes on, you will magnify it. So you can be having your eyes on a small problem. Let's just say it's a problem. You have your eyes on a small problem, it gets magnified because you're having your eyes on it. Not saying that the problem isn't a problem. Like, yeah, it's a problem, but you have your who do you have your eyes on, and what do you have your eyes on? Our eyes should always be on God. Despite the problems, despite the situations, despite the circumstances, it's not to invalidate what we're going through or what we're facing, but it is to magnify the one who can help us, who can be with us, who will bring us out of it at his timing, who will grow us through that. You know what I mean? Like, our situations won't change if we're only focused on the problem. Our problem won't change if we're only focused on the problem. It wasn't until in my depression, like I said, I was depressed for like 3 to 4 months. I was not calling on the Lord. I was pouring my heart out and I was crying, woo woo, but I was focused more on the darkness of my depression more than I was focused on the light of the Lord. It wasn't until at some point, it was the fourth quarter, at the very tail end of my depression is when it started to get better and lighter. It was still there, but it started to slowly but surely fall off of me. It's insane, because at some point of after finally suffering for so long and struggling and just being just weak, bruh, I finally turned my eyes to the Lord. I finally opened up my Bible. I finally started doing Bible study. I finally started to Matthew 6:33, seek the Lord. That's when, like abracadabra, the depression went away, right? But back to my point. The title of my notes was His Goodness Over My Pain, because I need to be focused on His goodness over focused on my pain or my problems or my situations or whatever the case may be, right? So I'm reading Romans 8 right now. So now I'm at Romans 8:18. The sufferings of this present times are not even worth comparing with the glory that is going to be revealed to us. Like I said, I wrote in my notes from that one little tidbit in my prayer, I got all this because I was explaining what the pastor was saying when it comes to his story, and I was also saying what I got from that in that moment. What I'm here saying, y'all, I don't know if I'm doing right, if I'm saying it right, or getting to the point how I'm supposed to be, but just bear with me, because this is, as soon as I read that, I immediately, like, I literally said, oh my God. And then I jumped up, I went to go grab my camera. So I'm still trying to process this as I'm explaining it. Last night, I basically was saying Romans 8:18. Mind y'all, I've heard of 8:18. I know 8:18, but I wasn't thinking about that. I was not thinking about Romans 8:18 at all last night in my prayers. I was not thinking about Romans 8:18 last night at all when I was writing that note in my prayer, in my notes last night. But I was literally explaining 8:18 without thinking about it at all whatsoever. Then now finally, all of a sudden, I finally get back to read my Bible, because I haven't, it's been a couple days since I've been able to read. So the day that I watched the sermon and he shared his story, and it makes me think that. And then I go to my prayer and I think about it and dissect it just a little bit more. And then I get in the bed and I write it down, I type it out, and it's just clicking to me and making sense. And it's just like really like just going even deeper. Then I get to doing Bible study right now this morning that I haven't done in a couple days. Not Bible study, well, yeah, still Bible study too, because I'm using my Tony Evans book as well. All those things yesterday was 8:18 written all over it. And then here I get to it. As soon as I see it, I'm like, wait, it clicks. That's the same thing. That is so crazy to me. I was talking about how whatever problems it is we face, it is nothing compared to His goodness that I wrote, His goodness over my pain. The pain that I'm facing right now isn't to be compared to the goodness that will come from it and the fruits that will bear from it. Give me a minute, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm trying to grasp it right now. Let me just read something, because my mind is everywhere right now. What could be your pain is going to be so far passed up by His goodness in your life. Like anything negative or hard or hurtful in our life is nothing in comparison to the goodness of the Lord that he will bring from it or through it. So again, my depression, it felt like forever. 3 to 4 months of being in darkness and struggling so hard mentally and emotionally, being defeated, being like all of that, it felt like never ending. It felt like there was no light in sight. It felt like I was just laying in a pit of darkness and just staying there. Like that just felt like where I stayed. And I'm just like, bro, like this is just like, it just felt so hard, of course. But the goodness that surpasses that beats that. So it's like something that seems like it's devouring us, because the devil roams around to find someone he can devour. Something that felt like it just took over us. Whatever situation that we face, it just seems so overpowering. But to compare that to the goodness of Lord, it's incomparable. Which should give us hope, because it's like, okay, if I'm this down bad, his goodness is going to be even more. If I'm this hurt, if I'm this sad, if I'm in such a negative space, if this seems so big, imagine how much bigger the Lord is. So that's what I'm trying to get at. Like the scale is just, it just doesn't compare. Whatever it is that feel like it's just much more bigger than you, is so consuming and it has devoured you. Whatever it is that is being so magnified in your life, consider God. And think about just how much more bigger he is than that. My depression was big. How much more bigger God is though? The troubles I faced in my life were big. But how much more bigger is God? God is bigger than anything negative we have been through or going through in life. So that should give us hope. So that means it's a perspective change. So that means next time you're going through something, I'm talking to myself too, the bigger it seems, the bigger you should think of God. It's automatic. This is huge. God is bigger. This is big. God is bigger. This is hurtful. This is hard. God is greater than this. No matter what it is we're facing, God is greater. God is bigger. God is much more than the hardships that we face. It doesn't matter how big the pain is that we're facing. God is still bigger than it. It should give us hope, because I don't know about y'all, but when I'm facing something, it'd be hard for me to look at God, because I'm so quick to look at the problems. And so the problems only get bigger. But where I see problems get bigger, I should rejoice because God is greater. Does that make sense? Especially for my overthinkers, because that's number one. That's number one. I overthunk my way into being consumed by whatever it is. But it's like, if you can overthink something negative, overthink how good God is. So I don't know. I hope that made sense. Like I said, I just picked the camera up immediately. I didn't even think twice, because I'm like, there's like, how did I literally think about something all day? I'm talking about from the sermon, and then I got in the shower, and then I typed about it. I typed a passage about it. Then all of a sudden, the very next day, I finally get into Bible study, and right where I pick up at, right where I get to, is in direct correlation to that. So, moral of the story, whatever it is you're facing, whatever it is you're looking at, whatever it is that is just so massive in your life, think about God. And then start to compare God to the situation when it comes to the size. Because that's my problem. Like, it just seems too big. It just, like, the negative things just overwhelms me so much. But it's like, if the negative things overwhelm me, why don't I let the presence of God overwhelm me? Why don't I let his word overwhelm me? Why don't I let his goodness overwhelm me? You know what I mean? It's what you put in your eyes on. What are you walking after? What are you walking towards? What are your eyes on? And what are you magnifying? Because whatever you're looking at is what you're going to magnify. If you magnify the word, if you magnify God, if you magnify his goodness, he will shine on you. His light will shine on you. No darkness in God. So if you just get in this word and keep coming to this word, keep coming to this word, keep coming to this word, seeking God, whether you think you're going to get something out of it or not, just keep coming and keep showing up. His light can't do nothing but shine on you. It can't do nothing else but shine. Fee, I look crazy right now, but I had to get this off my chest. I had to. This gives me so much more hope and peace. It should give me more hope and peace because, like I said, I'm an overthinker. So when something negative happens, I just snowball effect. It gets bigger and bigger. But it's like, grasp whatever it is that you're looking at or facing or going through and put it in front of God. Put it at the feet of God and also compare it to God. God is eternal. Nothing is bigger than him. You know how some folks can think they're bigger than the program? God's the program. Nothing is bigger than the program. Nothing is bigger than God. Nothing beats the program. Nothing you're facing, no troubles, trials, or tribulations that you are facing is bigger than the program. God is the program. I fear I ate. No, let me stop. Oh my gosh, this is so good. This is good news. This is good news. To my overthinkers, to my people who be facing things, to my people who be going through it, people as in everybody go through it. This is good news because it's like, dang, that's major, but God's bigger. You know what I mean? Like it should automatic, like whatever it is you're facing should automatic to help yourself, to give you hope and to give you peace. Automatically compare whatever it is you're facing to God. That should help you out. You know what I mean? Whatever it is you're facing, whatever is going against you, whatever is oppressing you, whatever the ops is, compare it to God. It'll never win. It'll never win. You go big on big when you compare it to God. That might be big, but what's bigger? That might be overwhelming me and consuming me and putting me down and just like, but what's bigger though? You know what I mean? Like, be for real. Think about it. That's a challenge for you. The next time you think about something, put it in comparison to God. This in God. Whatever it is in God. Even in a simple math equation. 0, which is whatever it is you're facing, over infinity. It's right there in the pudding, baby. We have to look to God. No matter what it is we're facing, it should automatically turn us to God. But in my case, whatever I'm facing, it's just something I'm facing head on. I'm looking at it. I'm being overwhelmed by it. I'm being consumed by it. I'm being defeated by it because I don't look at God when I'm facing things. I don't turn to God. I don't put it in comparison to God. When you put a mustard seed, let's put it this way, because that's also what I type. Whatever we're facing, the negative things, let's just put negative and positive. Negative is the things we're facing, the troubles, the trials, the enemy, the ops, the everything. That's the mustard seed. God is a mountain, a billion mountains, infinity amounts of mountains, but let's just say a mountain. Whatever you're facing is a mustard seed. No matter how big you think it is, it's really still just a mustard seed. We got to stop giving things power. God holds the power. So let's quit giving mustard seeds power. Whatever you're facing is only a mustard seed in comparison to the mountain of God. Do you get me? I'm talking to myself, okay? If I ain't talking to nobody else, I'm talking to myself. I look crazy and I'm not gonna want to do nothing with this footage, but I gotta share the gospel right now. I'm sharing only what I'm reading and what I'm getting from it. Negative, mustard seed, positive, the Lord, mountain. Hello?
What you doing?
By reading the Bible.
Thank you guys so much for watching this week's video. I hope you guys enjoy. I'll see you guys in the next one.